Hey everyone, welcome to Rainbow Tarot UK. It's lovely to have you. I hope everyone is doing well and you're all having a good week. So today we're going to be doing our pick a card reading, and it is around the topic of, will your person, will they make a move? So, as usual, we've got our three piles. We've got the pile that has the Strength card and the little amethyst, the pile that has the Justice card and the little blue butterfly, and the pile that has the Knight of Swords and the green heart. So, as I usually say, just use your intuition and pick the pile that is calling to you the most. There might be more than one pile that's calling you, and you might have messages there in both piles. As I say again as well, it's a timeless general reading, so just take whatever resonates with you and then leave the rest behind. Other than that, have a great reading, and I'll catch you in your reading. See you soon. Hey pile number one, and welcome back to your reading. So today we are looking at, aren't we, will this person, the person on your mind, your love interest, will they make a move? So you have chosen the card of Strength and also the little amethyst pendant there. Okay. Okay, and as I lay out the cards, if you feel like you want to subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic, because it just means that my channel can grow and I can deliver more readings like this one, particularly if you enjoy it. So please do that. Anyway, let's get straight to your oracle cards. So as I said, you picked your pile on the Strength card. Okay, let's put the Strength card down there. I've got some love messages, I'm just going to put them there for the minute. You also have the Bear. Okay, so we've got the Bear and we've got Strength, right? Okay. Oh, so then you've got a card that says, you were the best thing in my life. So for some of you, maybe this is that you are thinking about an ex or somebody that you maybe are in separation from. Possibly they're that, and you're wondering about whether they're going to make a move back towards you. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but it could be. Let's see what this one says. Oh my goodness. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. So this could very well be a soulmate connection, a very deep connection. And it kind of does, the other thing as well, the Bear makes me think that for a lot of you this might be, you might be thinking about somebody that you're in separation from, because the Bear, this image of the Bear is somebody coming out of hibernation. So this Bear is coming out of hibernation now, and they're coming into a brand new day. And they're almost walking towards, aren't they? Walking towards that brand new day, and it kind of gives me the feeling, just off the top of these cards, that your person, is thinking about coming towards you and making a move towards you, and that they recognise that this connection is a very strong and a very deep one. Or if it's not somebody that you've had a relationship with, it's certainly somebody that feels like they want to come towards you, that you are somebody that they, find very attractive, that they feel a very deep connection to, in many ways that you are the kind of one for them. That's the sort of feeling that I'm getting here, and that they've maybe had to, because a Bear again, when you're in hibernation, it just feels like there's a lot of thought around the connection, around the relationship. This person might have had to be in retreat from you. If you didn't have a relationship before and there wasn't a split, they might have had to be in retreat from you. They might not have been able to show their true feelings for you. It might have had to stay hidden, like the Bear in the cave, it might have had to stay hidden. But now, because with the Strength card, it's about somebody, this person, this woman is having to, she's, can you see what she's doing to the lion's jaw? So she's having to shut that lion's jaw, and I kind of just intuitively feel that this person feels as though they may have had to really tame their passions in some way, or their feelings for you in some way. They've had to have a period of time where that has had to happen, and it's taken a lot of strength for them to be able to do that, because they feel so strongly about you, either from a previous connection or from this kind of attraction that they have towards you. And it's something that they've really had to master and control, and that might have been what they've been doing in their cave as the bear, going in retreat as the only way to kind of really master and control those passions. But I do feel, just from these cards, I might be wrong, I'll look at the tarot, but that they are wanting now to move out of that phase and move more towards you, to make that move. But anyway, let's see what the tarot says before we do anything else. So the Two of Wands in reverse, right? Okay. King of Cups. Nine of Swords. Ten of Cups. Okay. We've got Seven of Swords, Nine of Wands, Six of Cups, and that is also very much a soulmate card, actually, so that confirms it even more. This feels very much like a strong soulmate connection here, sort of divine connection here. Two of Pentacles, and then I also took out the card that was at the bottom of the deck, and that is, oh, Temperance, lovely. Okay, so let's have a look at these tarot cards. Yeah, so it does very much feel to me with the Two of Wands here, because the Two of Wands can, when it's upright, it can indicate a period of waiting or delays in some way, or weighing things up. But because it's reversed, I just feel with this person that they are kind of, in a way, in their heart, they are kind of done with waiting. They are done with waiting, and they want to take action now. And it goes very much with the bear, moving forward. They want to take action, because they are the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is someone who has a lot of deep feelings. So I feel this person does feel very strongly and very deeply towards you in a romantic way. I'm also getting the energies of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I don't know if any of that means anything to you, but it seems to me like, you know, I feel as well that this person is very deep. They have a very deep personality. They take things, you know, they are not a shallow, sorry about that, and again, that's my phone just messaging me, telling me that that is correct. You know, they are not a shallow person. This person is a deep person. They feel things deeply, and they definitely have a strong, deep feeling for you. They are very much caught up in their feelings, but for some reason, we have this Nine of Swords, and that makes me feel that they have some worries as well. They have some worries and concerns, and maybe if you are not with them, that's causing them a lot of stress. If this is an ex situation where you're in separation, or if it's a situation where you like someone, but you know, obviously they're not together, you're not together at the moment, it causes them a lot of distress and stress that they are not with you. They are, you know, if it's an ex situation, there may be certain things that happened in that situation that causes them worries, regrets, anxieties. This can be a card actually often of kind of losing sleep, literally. But I feel that sometimes their thoughts are, you know, their own worst enemy in a way. They kind of overthink it, really. So maybe something happened before, something went on before, and they are really stressed and worried and anxious about that, and maybe they're just kind of overthinking it, so it's becoming a lot bigger in their head than it needs to be. Particularly if this is somebody where you haven't had a relationship with them, but they just seem to have all these kind of like worries and fears, even though they want to come forward. They're fed up with waiting, but there's a lot of fears and worries. And maybe there's some concerns or worries that you won't reciprocate their feelings in some way. So maybe there's something about that. But we also have the Ten of Cups here. Now the Ten of Cups is absolute pinnacle of emotional happiness and fulfillment, and it just tells me that they really, really want that with you, and they see that as being very, something that they are really aiming towards, really wanting to go towards. And in many ways, to them, if this was an ex situation, you may have already had that with them before. They may have felt that you already had that with them before, and possibly they want that back because you were the best thing in my life. So maybe you had that, and then something maybe happened, because we've got the Seven of Swords here. Now the Seven of Swords talks about, it does usually talk about, something happening where there may have been some kind of trickery or deceit or treatment that wasn't quite right, or something that someone did that wasn't very honest, wasn't very true. So maybe there's something went on in the relationship, or maybe there's something that's going on in the relationship that is secretive in some way. So maybe it's a crush situation, maybe they are aware that it's a secret situation, maybe they're involved with somebody else and they feel they have to keep their feelings very secret from you, and they have to almost be quite, maybe quite crafty about revealing them, or they can't be honest and reveal them properly, because we have that underneath the Two of Wands, which is a delay to waiting, and they want to kind of tell you and come forward. But if they do that, we have this Seven of Swords, so it feels like they've got to, maybe they're involved in some way, maybe they have that involvement with somebody else, and they feel that if they do that, they come towards you, it involves them being dishonest with other people in some way. And maybe that's also what's causing them to have these worries and concerns, because I don't sense, if I'm honest, because they're depicted by the bear and this Strength card, I don't kind of sense that they are one, that, because the Seven of Swords doesn't always, if I'm honest, it doesn't always have very positive connotations. But in this instance, I don't feel it's because your person is a specifically dishonest person. I just feel that they feel that when they come forwards, that it might mean that they have to be secret in some way, and that's causing them some anxiety, because we also have this Nine of Wands here, which shows some sort of defensive energy or being guarded in some way. So they have these feelings for you of the King of Cups, but maybe they're having to guard it, maybe they're having to keep it secret, because if it is a crush situation, maybe they feel like they can't yet reveal it, even though in their heart they desperately want to come forward, and just they're fed up of waiting. They want to be able to do that, but there's this sense of being, of knowing that maybe if they do that, it might disrupt other relationships that are going on for them. Maybe if it's a situation, if it's an ex situation, something happened, and they feel like they feel worried that you might not receive them very favourably. Because of what they did, or of how they behaved in some way. But we have this Six of Cups here, and this Six of Cups is, a beautiful, beautiful energy of, they feel like there's a lot of, as I said, it's like a soul, it has like a soul connection connotation to it, but it also says it has a sense of history to it, so it would go with the idea of this being an ex in some way. They have very nostalgic, loving memories and feelings towards the relationship, how it was. They feel, that you have a long kind of history, even if you didn't actually have a long history time-wise, to them, because it is this kind of soul divine connection, it feels like they've kind of known you forever. It feels like a very sort of like, a very strong bond, a very strong kind of magnetic feeling that they have towards you, and this kind of like feeling that you may have shared, many lifetimes before. In fact, it's kind of a beautiful, beautiful energy, and maybe because it's below the Nine of Swords, maybe they just feel bad that they disrupted that in some way. If it was an ex situation, that soulmate connection, that divine connection, that connection that they recognise there as being a major, major connection, that they, by their actions, if it was the Seven of Swords, ruined that in some way, or brought that to an end in some way by their own kind of foolish actions. So we have the Two of Pentacles here, which is again them, although they desperately want to come forward. I think this Two of Pentacles, because it's again about weighing things up, juggling things, it seems to me it's more about them feeling, gosh, is this person going to receive me? Are they actually going to receive me? How will they receive me? you know, am I going to be received well? Because I want to come towards them, but I know I may have done things to upset them. I know if I do come towards them that it's, you know, I've got another situation going on maybe in my life, which means that initially we might have to be secretive, we might have to do things that aren't really very honest in some way, and I'm not sure that I want to put number one through that. Should I put number one through that? So there's a lot of this kind of weighing up. But my sense is that overall, because you have the Temperance card, that your person will manage to come towards you, to make a move, and to somehow, because the Temperance is about blending and mixing and making sure all the right elements come together to get the desired result. So I do feel that the overall energy of this reading is Temperance, and that this person will find a way to get over their fears and their anxieties, to get the courage, the strength to come towards you and to make that move, so that they can you know, listen to what is going on in their heart, which is that they just want to come towards you and get rid of all this kind of waiting around, this period of separation, this sort of hibernation, or these feelings that have had to have been repressed in some way, and to do it in a way which is balanced, to do it in a way which is harmonious, to do it in a way which means that all the elements that go into it, you know, if they're involved with somebody else and they have to come out of that relationship to come towards you, or any of that kind of other stuff that may have caused this kind of Seven of Swords behaviour, that somehow when they come towards you, that is all ironed out and it is in balance, and everything somehow blends together perfectly so that the relationship can move forward in a positive way. Because there is no doubt that with this soulmate card and the Six of Cups card, that this is a relationship that is meant to be. It feels very much like it's a relationship that's meant to be, and this person definitely does want to come towards you. Now obviously, if this is the next situation and you don't feel that way about you know, about them, pile number one, but you're just having this reading, you know, as a curiosity thing, then obviously it's your choice, isn't it? You make that decision. We've all got free will. You make that decision. But my feeling is that they will definitely, I really apologise about my phone, but again, it tells me a phone ringing. Maybe they're going to ring you up, maybe they're going to send you a message. I do feel that these are all signs within the reading to say to you that they will come forward and they will make a move and they will connect with you. Maybe through the phone, maybe through a text, maybe through an email. But it just confirms for me actually that yes, they are going to make a move and they are on their way towards you, and they're going to get over whatever fears that they have about how you might receive that. But anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed your reading. Please do press the subscribe button, and have a great day. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number two, and welcome back to your reading. So you chose the pile that had the card Justice and this little butterfly here. This beautiful little blue butterfly. They actually go quite well together, don't they? Blue. Both got a lot of blue here. So maybe there's a lot of thinking going on, a lot of thought going into this connection. Justice is about weighing things up, isn't it? It's about truth. It's about being just. It's about being fair, and getting justice, and about being open and honest. Okay, so also as I'm laying out the cards, if you feel like you want to subscribe to the channel, particularly if you enjoy the reading, then please do, because it just means that, you know, I've then got more chance of being able to deliver more readings on a regular basis. But anyway, let's get to your reading today, and it's about, you know, will the person on your mind, will they make a move? Will they come forward? Will they make a move towards you? So let's have a look and see at your oracle card. So you pick Justice. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, so we've got the Black Egg. So that's interesting, because I was just talking, wasn't I, about being honest and truthful. Now the Black Egg is about speaking authentically, speaking truthfully. So it just makes me feel that straight away that this person wants to be able to speak openly and authentically and truthfully to you in this connection, and around the whole thing about making a move. So I feel like, you know, they do want to make a move because they want to speak to you, they want to communicate with you. That's coming across quite strongly, and they want that communication to be fair, honest, open and frank. That's what I'm feeling straight away. Okay, so let's see what this says. Oh my God. So it says heart to heart. Can you believe that? It says heart to heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So that's literally just what these two cards have been saying. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So maybe, you know, it could either be somebody that you like, that you've liked for a long time, they've liked you. So maybe this is like a long crush situation, or just somebody that you're interested in. Maybe it's an ex in some way, and you need to, you know, you need to talk. There is definitely in these three cards a feeling that there needs to be some honest, open, frank communication. And I definitely feel that your person wants to come forward to make that move in order to get that going, to start that off, to have that communication with you, to speak openly and honestly with you. So maybe if it's an ex situation, maybe there was something that went down or that happened, and, you know, it needs to be communicated with, it needs to be dealt with, it needs, because justice is about, you know, is about justice, isn't it? There needs to be a way in which that is dealt with in a fair manner, where somebody's, you know, both sides are heard, and then, you know, it's kind of talked over and weighed up. And that's really what your, you know, what your person wants. They want to be able to have the opportunity to talk to you. So it does make me feel that, you know, well, it could either be an ex situation, or it could be a situation where, you know, if you are, you know, in a crush situation with this person, or you like this person, you know, there hasn't been an opportunity for you to be open with each other about, you know, about your feelings. But anyway, let's see what this one says. I lost myself for a little while. Yeah, so maybe this is a situation where there was a connection, if not an actual connection, there's certainly a feeling of a connection, and then there was some kind of breakdown of that, or split in that, where that other person went off, where your person went off and did something, or didn't value the connection, or didn't, you know, where they kind of lost themselves. They didn't, so they lost themselves to themselves as well as to you and the connection. So maybe there's some regret in that. You know, I lost myself for a little while. I didn't properly value you maybe, and now I really want the chance to speak and talk about you, and want to be able to make that move to get that going. Anyway, let's see what the tarot says. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. Alright, so a lot of worry and fear and anxiety, and somehow feeling maybe trapped within their own thoughts. So maybe whatever happened, or whatever is happening, is causing them a little bit of stress at the moment, or some anxiety at the moment, and they're feeling, even though they want this honest communication, they're feeling trapped in some way. Maybe feeling, because this person is completely got a, you know, this kind of bandage around their whole face, so they can't see, they can't speak, they can't hear. So maybe feeling like, even though they want this in their heart, they're feeling like they, you know, there's a lot of stress and anxiety and worry around it, and that though, you know, that they're being, I'm getting the sense that they are feeling silenced in some way, even though they know there's a need for this to happen. They're feeling like silenced or somehow. Yeah, so we've got the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands is always about a sense of waiting, or sort of choices. Anyway, let's lay out the whole cards before I get into it all. And then another two, the Two of Pentacles. Okay, and then the Knight of Cups, and then the Eight of Cups, and then the Emperor, and then the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups came up in pile number 1, and I'm pretty certain the Two of Pentacles might have come up in pile number 1, and the Two of Wands. So you might want to check out pile number 1 as well. And then the King of Pentacles, And then we have, now I took out the card at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy, and it is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so it does feel like these cards are a lot about maybe if you're in separation with your person, you're wondering about whether your ex or someone you've separated from or maybe had some sort of issue with is going to make a move to come back towards you. Now, what I can say at the moment, there's a lot of anxiety around that for them, as I said before. They know that they want to be able to speak honestly. Maybe something's happened in this where there's a lack of fairness. There was a lack of fairness, or somebody not being treated properly. But I can certainly feel that this person is definitely feeling bad in some way, or they're feeling anxious in some way, maybe losing some sleep in some way about the situation. And with the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, it feels to me like they're in a period of waiting. You know, they also feel this kind of period of waiting and are weighing a lot of things up, because twos, you know, there's a lot of balancing going on. There's a lot of, you know, with both the Two of Coins and the Two of Wands, they're wondering, they're weighing up, they're looking at all the choices and the options. But it isn't really a choice or an option for them, because they definitely, I think they feel it's more, and again, this makes me feel like you might want to listen to pile number one. I feel like they feel that the choices and the options are really you having the choices and the options, because for them, they know that they want to be able to make a move and come towards you, because you have the Knight of Cups here and the Knight of Cups, and we've got the right underneath the King of Pentacles. So they want to make a move romantically towards you, and the Knight of Cups is a beautiful energy of somebody who has very strong romantic feelings towards you. They have very romantic words, very romantic intentions. They, in a sense, want to get out of this kind of waiting period, this period of where they're sort of, you know, things are up in the air. That's what I'm sensing in this. It feels like things are up in the air in this particular pile. If it's an ex situation or if it's a crush situation, it feels like there's a lot of, you know, nobody kind of knows what's happening. And, you know, if you're wondering whether it's a crush and whether they like you back, they definitely do like you back. But there's this kind of sense of at the moment, you're in this kind of sense of waiting, and I think they're thinking as well, you know, do they like me, don't they like me? There's kind of like weighing up, really. But they definitely want to come forward towards you, because we have the Knight of Cups. And then right underneath the Knight of Cups, we have the King of Pentacles. And it shows me that although, because the Knight of Cups, you know, Knights are, you know, younger energies, really. They are not as mature as the King. So it says to me that this person does want to show you all the romance and the vigour and the love of the Knight of Cups, but they're not. Their intentions are to offer something very solid and very real and very committed, actually, because you also got the Emperor card here. So it says to me that they want to come towards you. They feel very romantic. They do want to make a move. They will make. I sense very strongly, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune as the main energy, you know, for the overall reading. And I do feel that the Wheel of Fortune, you know, that is kind of good luck. The wheel being upwards. Destiny in a sense, because you've also got the Six of Cups, which is very much a soulmate, has a very much kind of like a soulmate connotation. So I definitely feel that they will make that move, because you have this very positive Wheel of Fortune governing the whole energy of the reading. But they'll do it in they have all these kind of like idealized romantic feelings that they want to kind of express to you once they get over this kind of like angst that's going on at the moment, and they will get over that. But they want to offer something concrete and practical, because like you say, I've got the King of Pentacles and you have the Emperor. Now these are both, you know, boss cards, really. This is, you know, somebody who's very much in charge of themselves. You know, the King of Pentacles is somebody who's very wealthy, very solvent, has built himself up, has a really good reputation, as does the Emperor, very much in charge. This person might be somebody who is, you know, very much in charge in their career, work for themselves, be a manager, be a boss, or certainly has, you know, they've not quite made it yet, they've certainly got aspirations to be that way. We've also got, you know, Aries energy with the Emperor, as well as Knight of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, possibly Scorpio, but I feel like more Pisces and Cancer. King of Pentacles, you know, that's all the earth energy. Taurus, Capricorn, Libra. So we've got a lot of earth, water and a little bit of fire, if that means anything to you here. But I definitely feel that they want to come towards you. They're a little bit wobbly at the moment, possibly because, you know, as I said, it's an ex situation. Maybe something needs to be aired. Maybe you need to get over and have a good, frank, honest, open discussion about what has gone on before you can move. Now we've got the Eight of Cups as well, so maybe this shows that somebody, as I said before, walked away from this situation. And I feel in many ways maybe that was you, pile number 2, that you walked away from this situation. Maybe they didn't show the maturity in the situation before. Maybe there's something about that they weren't mature enough, they weren't solid enough, they weren't giving you the commitment that you felt you deserved, so you walked away from the situation. But that walking away has definitely caused them a lot of anxiety and worry and concern, and they're definitely not happy, and they would like to come towards you in this more stable and committed manner, because they feel that there is a very strong bond between you, because you have the Six of Cups. And again, this tells me that if you were with them, they have a lot of memories of that. They feel very nostalgic about that. They are looking back on that, you know, with very, very, very fond memories. They feel very connected to you in a sort of divine way. They feel there's a strong soul connection. Again, you might want to listen to pile number 1, as I said, because that was also a very similar thing. But they want to be able to come towards you, and I feel they will. And I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, it's timing, and I feel that timing is coming soon, because, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is up. Everyone is up on the Wheel of Fortune, and you've got, looking at this Wheel of Fortune card, you've got 2 people at the top celebrating, haven't you? So a king and a queen celebrating. So it feels to me that they will definitely make a move, and they will definitely come towards you, and they want to be, what I'm sensing is that there's, you know, they feel like they want to be honest and open, and that there should be good communication between the two of you. More mature communication, that's what I'm picking up. More mature communication. They need to present themselves in a more mature way. They need to show up in a more mature way, and I feel that they are definitely going to do that this time around. And because we have this lost myself for a little while, tells me again that they may have been a bit, or if it's a crush situation, maybe they're not really behaving, or they haven't behaved in a way which would attract you, you know, that maybe they haven't been giving you the right signs in some way. But they definitely do want to make that move now. They want to make up for that, and they want to come forward and show up in a much better, as I say, more mature and honest way, because they know that you could go off, as you have done if it's an ex situation, or if you're not with them. They know that you could go off and you could get, there'd be a lot of good options for you, and that's why we have these other twos here. You know, they know that there's other options. There could be other options for you. You're not the only option for you. They're not the only option for you. You could quite easily turn around, as you have done already if it's an ex situation, and walk on to something better. I mean, maybe you have done. Maybe you are already in another situation. And you're just wondering whether they're going to come back and make a move with you. But I do feel that they will definitely make a move. They do want to make a go of this situation. They do want it to be in a better, more stable. What I'm picking up is just more stable, more secure, more, because the Six of Cups again is that more kind of long-term, stable, really putting in the effort, you know, emotional fulfillment and happiness kind of card. And that is what they want. You know, they want to get rid of all this indecision, this kind of weighing up that you might be going through as well. They want to kind of get rid of all that and just move into a more stable, secure, honest relationship where you talk about everything, you get over whatever insecurities or problems there might have been in the past, and you have an authentic relationship, but also a relationship that's a lot of fun and has a lot of happiness, and where there's a lot of good times, because these 2 people are celebrating. So I think they want that as well. They want a kind of a good relationship where you're having a lot of fun together, you're really connecting together, and you're doing lots of great things together. And maybe you're traveling as well. I kind of get the sense that we've got a few travel cards here, so maybe this is a long distance. Maybe there's a long distance feeling to this connection as well, because we seem to have a few travel situations going on here. So maybe there's a long distance connection, and you're wondering whether they're going to make a move. Maybe they will actually, to make that move, actually have to travel to you. That's also what I'm picking up. But I do feel that they will make a move, and my sense is that that will happen. The timing is right, because we have this Wheel of Fortune, so the timing is coming in, certainly for that to happen. And that, this kind of insecurities or issues will be dealt with. Because you've got this kind of like all these cards around being able to speak authentically and honestly and communicate openly with each other. But if it's an ex situation, and again, it's your choice, pile number 2. But from this point of view of this reading, I do feel they will make a move, and they have, their intentions are to try and have something solid and stable with you. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the reading. Please do press the subscribe button if you have. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the pile that had the Knight of Swords. And the Green Heart. The Green Heart here. Okay, alright, so today we are doing a reading on, will your person of interest, will they make a move? Will they make a move? Okay, so already with the Knight of Swords is bold, quick, daring action. So it feels to me already that this person that you're thinking of is definitely on their way towards you, or wanting to move towards you very quickly. That is my feeling, that they have got a lot of quick energy. They just look so determined, don't they? Yeah, it just feels to me that they have a lot of intention to make that move and to be really sort of direct with it. That's kind of what I'm feeling, really. There's no, it feels like delay isn't really an option for them. But anyway, let's have a look at the other cards. I've got a couple of love messages, I've got some more cards. If you feel like you want to subscribe to the channel, particularly if you enjoy the reading, then that would be really appreciated. It just means that I can do more readings like this one. Particularly if you enjoy them. Anyway, let's get straight to it. So let's see what the other cards say. So I've got this love message. Romantic feelings. Okay. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So, romantic feelings. Let's get all the cards out actually before I sort of make any. Let's just see what everything says. Nightingale. Okay. That's a lovely image actually, isn't it? Nightingale. Then we have, I feel you leaving me behind. I feel you leaving me behind. Okay. Let's have a look at the tarot. Oh, 8 of Cups. Right. 9 of Wands. King of Swords. Strength. Right. The Devil. Eight of Pentacles. 2 of Wands. Right, okay. And 4 of Wands, and I took the card that was on the back of the deck, underneath the deck, the back bottom of the deck, rather, I should say, and that is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so in terms of just sort of astrological energies, I feel, I don't know if this means anything to you, but we've got Capricorn, with the Devil card here. We've got air signs of Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, because we've got the Queen and the King of Swords. Got quite a lot of wands here, a lot of fire. So maybe Aries, Sagittarius, and also because we've got the Strength card, so that would be Leo. So yeah, so I don't know if any of those signs mean anything to you, but it feels to me, I feel you leaving me behind. This particular pile, if I'm honest, in terms of whether they will make a new, it feels to me like it's an ex situation more than a situation of a crush or anything like that. That's kind of really how I'm reading this. So if that doesn't resonate with you, you might want to pick up on one of the other piles. But for me, it just feels like, because we have the Eight of Cups here, which shows somebody or having walked away from a situation, and I feel, just the general feel of what I'm picking up intuitively is that this is a situation where a relationship has kind of maybe broken down in some way, and I feel that that person wants to make a move, wants to come back towards you because they still have romantic feelings towards you. And also the Nightingale. So the Nightingale is about, I feel like in some ways this person wants some healing to take place, because the Nightingale is about, you know, a bird that heals with their song, with their voice. So they want some healing to occur in this situation. And I feel in many ways that maybe you were the one that left the situation behind, because I think this particular person, because we've got the King of Swords and the Nine of Wands, it feels to me like this particular person may have been a little bit guarded in the relationship, or not really very open with their feelings, because the King of Swords, even though is very honest and trustworthy and direct, is not always open with their emotions, or is not always connected somehow to their emotion. And maybe that's what they recognise now, because again we have this Knight of Swords really wanting to come in and rush in and talk and speak their truth. And I feel like that is their truth because it's with the Nightingale, because swords can be a little bit, you know, got quite a lot of swords in this reading, so it can be a little bit of difficulty, a little bit of strife, a little bit of you know, words are not always spoken kindly, so maybe there was that directness in the past. But because you have this Nightingale card here, I just feel like they are now thinking and reflecting that they need to speak more kindly, in a more caring way, in a more healing way, because in actual fact they do still have romantic feelings for you, even though you might have walked away from the situation because they weren't really, you couldn't really connect to them, or they weren't allowing themselves to be connected with emotionally. There might have also been some habits in this connection, because we have the Devil card here, which talks about relationships that are, you know, well, it can talk about limiting beliefs. So maybe there was some, you know, limiting negative beliefs or patterns of behaviour in the relationship. Also, you know, these two people are chained towards two things that are controlling them rather than them having control of it. So maybe in some respects, you know, maybe this person with the King of Cups had been quite controlling in the past, or maybe they were quite controlling in their behaviour, or maybe they had behaviour that wasn't very just wasn't very positive, or wasn't very you know, maybe they were doing things that weren't actually very kind or very nice, either to you or to themselves. It can talk about addictions, you know, those sorts of behaviours where we feel you know, controlled by that behaviour, or controlled by those limiting thoughts, or controlled by something else other than ourselves. And because it comes directly underneath the Eight of Cups, I'm just thinking that maybe you felt, you know, you had to walk away from the situation, or in some way, because of those red flags, I suppose, that were going on in the situation or in the relationship. And this person, you know, because they had this Nine of Cups, so maybe they were just very, I feel like this person you know, has a lot of, has a little bit of a shield around their heart, or did have a little bit of a shield around their heart, felt they really had to be on the defence and guarded a lot of the time, very protected, so nobody really could kind of touch them really in terms of their feelings. So maybe this person was just very distant, very distracted, not really there emotionally in the relationship. And you know, because we have this kind of strength card here, I felt like you dealt with it very well, pile number 3, by the way, when you were in it, because you have this strength card, and it shows me that, you know, you after a time just weren't willing to put up with that, and that's why you walked away from the 8 of Cups, and that's why we've got the Queen of Swords governing the whole kind of reeling, because it shows that there needs to be, you know, this kind of behaviour that wasn't really, you know, very positive. There needs to be sort of boundaries, there needs to be healing in this situation, and I feel that this person now understands that, because the reason why there's such a rush on them coming towards you is because they know you've gone, because it says, I feel you leaving me behind. They know you've kind of gone off, because quite honestly, you know, when the 8 of Cups comes up, it shows about somebody walking away from something onto something better, or with the prospect of being able to have something better. So yeah, I just feel that this relationship, when it went on, probably didn't give you at that time what you deserved. It wasn't giving you it wasn't giving you back enough. Maybe it wasn't, you know, maybe they were giving you a few crumbs, maybe they weren't really connecting with you much, maybe they weren't really valuing you much, maybe they were just seeing you as somebody that they could, you know, just come along and have a quick hookup with, or a quick connection with, get their pleasure, get what they want, and then kind of move away again. That's kind of what I feel, maybe what went on before, but I do feel that now they do want to come towards you, and they do want to work on it. I get the sense that they do want to work on it, and they do want to get it back to, or not back, but to a much better place where things are happier, where you are, because the 4 of, you know, the 4 of, it can be 11-11, I don't know if that sign means a sign for you, but that can also mean kind of a bit of a twin flame thing, and that can also kind of tie in with this, because I think in this situation there might have been a bit of a push-pull. It wasn't an easy connection, which you can often get in a twin flame sort of situation, where there's a lot of runner, you know, there's a lot of chaser, and then there's somebody running away. It's kind of that push-pull sort of feeling to it. But I just feel that they want to come towards you now quickly, because they sense that you have moved away and that you are getting on with your life, but they want to do it in a healing way, I think. And that's not easy for this person, I have to say. I don't feel that's an easy thing for them to do, because by nature I think they're naturally quite guarded, and you know, they are quite, they're not open with their emotions. But because you have the Queen of Swords as the overall energy, there really does need to be, you know, when they do come towards you, I feel like you really do need to be firm on your boundaries, and there needs to be a clear sort of reckoning, and a sort of sitting down and saying, well, actually, yeah, this needs to change and that needs to change. So you really need to speak your truth, I think, and you need to be initially, I think, when they do come towards you, and I think they will make a move, you need to make them prove, really. I think you need to make them prove that they are willing to work on the connection, that they're willing to be different this time around, and to be, you know, to be much more giving and much more caring, and to show some concrete proof that they want this to be a happier, better connection. So it needs to be, yeah, sort of like, if it is a twin flame situation, and I feel that there might be something like that going on here. And often, you know, like I say, twin flames can have this push-pull situation going on until this kind of healing, until you both kind of elevate, and you both recognise that things need to change, and then you can come back together in a more kind of healing and healed manner. And I think there is potential for that here, but it just means that things have to be initially, when they come towards you need to be really clear on your boundaries, and you need to stick to that, and they need to prove to you that they want to be different, that they're not going to bring in all this sort of other negative behaviour. And I feel that there is an intention on their part, because we have the Nightingale card. I feel there is an intention on their part to do that, to try to sort of control those passions, if you like, to try to get a handle on things. I do think they want that, because we have, you know, Swords does talk about truth, does talk about bringing truth in, does talk about bringing in honest communication, you know, honest processing, talking about what has gone on. So I do feel that they want to do that, but you just might need to just give it a bit of time, I think, pile number 3, to make sure that, you know, because they want to rush in, so you just need to make sure, you need to be a bit more mature yourself, I think, and to make sure that they are, you know, that they give you a proper plan, I guess. That's what I want to say, a proper plan about how this relationship is going to move forward in a more sort of committed way, how they're going to put in the work on themselves, maybe, how they're going to put in the work on themselves, how they're going to work on themselves, what work they have done on themselves to improve themselves for the relationship going forward. Yeah, so that's kind of what I would want to say here, but I do feel that they will make a move. They are on their way to making a move towards you, and I feel they will do it very quickly. They want to be very quickly, because they're frightened that you have left them behind. You may have already left them behind, pile number 3, and this you know, you might not want to do this. They might want to make a move towards you, but you might not want to, you know, you might not want to entertain them, and that's perfectly up to you. That is completely your choice. But I feel at the moment there's certainly genuine, there seems to me to be genuine desire on their part for it to be a healing, experience again for you both, and that they do feel that their feelings are real, but they at least have recognised or begun to recognise that previous behaviour in the past was not in any way up to scratch and needs to be improved 100%, with clear indications both in talk and action about how they are going to be better this time around. Okay, pile number 3, that has been your reading. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Please do press the subscribe button if you have. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.